Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Alex Builds. We're now going to do part 2 of our HMS Hood Battle Cruiser build. Okay, so we're going to start off with the hull of the ship, and basically what we're going to do is we're going to tidy up the flashing that was underneath. I'm going to fit the braces on the inside today. So let me show you in the instructions what I mean by the braces. Okay, so here you are. This is the first step in the instruction sheet, and it tells you to put these braces in along. These are directional and they only go in properly one way. If you put them in the wrong way, because they're angled on the sides, you see, like so this one will be angled this way, this one this way, and it'll continue on, and these ones will be angled the opposite way. So you have to get them in the right way, in the right sequence and in the right way. So we need to make sure we do that. But first we're going to tidy up that flashing underneath. Okay, so these are the parts here, these parts here that we're going to tidy up first. These little bits of flashing here. So these are just where they've come out the mould really, so we need to tidy these up first before we do anything else. There's also a seam down here that we can just see. I don't know if you can make that out. Try and zoom you in so you can see it. But yeah, there's a seam just there. It goes all the way down, so we'll tidy that up. That one's not much of a bother, but when we get some paint on there it might shine through. Okay, so these ones aren't actually too bad. This one here, and there's one just here as well down this end. This one isn't that bad either. So we're going to start off with them. I'm just going to use some like sanding sticks for this, so enjoy the little montage. I'll sand away. Before we do, we don't want to be scratching this like mad and scratching the rest of the hull to pieces, so I am going to lay some masking tape down on either side of it just to protect it. And a little bit more. There's one bit. There's bit number 2. Stick another bit on until we've got that all the way down. So this is the bit sort of highlighting the area where I want to file, and actually file away the masking tape before I file away anything else on the hull. Okay, so that's these two done here. This one here and this one here. You can still see the little white dot where they were, but that is completely flush now. I cannot feel that seam or them two bits of flash in there. So the paint, when we put the paint on, will cover that, which is good. So we're going to move on to the other ones now. I'll do them off camera because there's a few more to do, and these ones are slightly bigger, as you'll see here. There's that one there. That one there, which is going to take a bit longer, and one right at the end, just there, is going to take probably the longest. Okay, so we've got that nice and flush all the way along. We've took this seam line out. You can still see where the flashing was up and down here with these white spots here, but they are completely smooth. My finger doesn't even feel it at all, so I'm very, very confident that when we come to painting, you won't even see it. So I'm happy with that. And yeah, even the one at the end cleaned up very, very nice. Let me show you that. Nice and flush now. To get the very, very raised parts off, I just used my sprue cutters just to take the high spots off, and then continued on with the wet and dry sanding, and it came up quite nice and smooth now. Okay, so now it's time to put these in. These are going to be what our braces, what are going to stop this from flexing, but let's check on the actual fit of the decking first. So I've got the bow of the ship here, which is the front of the ship. We've you didn't know what a bow was. I didn't until recently. So this is just going to fit in here. It is a really, really nice fit. The reason I want to, I'm a bit worried about the bracing is because I'm worried that if we glue this in, it will squeeze this in and the decking won't go down in there. So I'm actually going to tape the decking on the top while we do it, so we can make sure that the decking's going to still fit, because it is a really, really nice fit. Perfect when it's like that, but when we put the braces in, I'm a bit worried that it's going to squeeze it in. So I'm going to get these cut off. This is a sprue J. You got all of these and your sign plaque as well, which says 1/200 scale HMS hood 1941 on there. Can't really make that out. There you go. But yeah, so we need all of these ones off the sprue, so I'm going to cut them off now. So I've cut them off the sprue and I've now just placed them in there where they go. I'll read out to you now which ones they are. So starting from the bow end, we are going to have J2, J4, J6, J7, J5, and at the end J1. So now I've got to glue these down, so now I'm going to retest fit all of the decking on there and see how that fits now with them braces in there. So yeah, that does still fit really, really nicely, which is good. Let's now fit the stern of the ship, get that lowered down. That one does fit really nicely, nice up to the corner as well, as you'll see here. It's nicely up to the corner there, which is really, really good. So now the only one left is the centre deck, which is this one here, which is just going to go here just like that. So it does fit really, really nicely. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start gluing. Alright, so I thought I would put on the upper deck. I think this is like the shelter deck up here. So yeah, I thought I'd put this on top because this is going to sit on here. So we need to make sure that this is in the right position as well. Otherwise we're going to have trouble later. So we need to make sure that this deck is nice as well, which it is this side. And it is that side as well. So yeah, we're happy with that. So we need to make sure that all the others are nicely locked in. Do have a little bit of a gap just here. If we get the that's better. Yep. So now I'm going to take these back off. I'm going to start gluing in these braces on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to use some Tamiya extra thin. I'm just going to put it in here, just like so. And again on this side as well. I can slot this one back into position where we want it. We can carry on with the next one as well. Getting them all in that recess where we want it. I'll make sure I get the sides of that as well. That's the second one. Make sure it is seated all the way down as well. There's a little lip, little edge just there. You make sure you've got it in there. So I'm going to carry on going forward to the third one. Obviously making sure you've got these in the right way as well. I think the two central ones here, they are flat, so it doesn't matter which way they go. So that's that one in. Now I'm going to put the stern of the ship on and tape that down with some masking tape, just to make sure that stays where I want it to stay. So I'm going to get some of that tape now. Lay that there. Take a couple of strips of tape, just lay them across, and then I'm going to get it all lined up where I want it, and then we can tape it down. Fasten that nice and tight down this end. Just going to make sure that this bit down here is also down, so I'm going to put some on the end there, nice and tight over. So now that is perfectly flush. Really, really happy with that. If I glue that down now, I'd be happy with that position. Moving down to this one by the gun turrets, and then again to this one here. That's the stern of the ship, now fully in its position. I know that is going to sit nice and flush when we come to gluing that now. So next I'm going to move down to these ones. That was the last one we did there. So I'm going to move down to these ones here and put them ones in as well. Just get that Tamiya extra fin I'm using here. Gives me just a little bit more time with the extra fin to get the decking lined up on top, so I know it's in the right position. There we are, that's that one in. And now I'm going to put this one in. I basically put the last 3 in and get the last lot of decks secured down pretty much at once. Making sure that's the right way around again. Last one now. Get that one in there, nice and secure. Make sure it's sitting flush. And we can take our decking piece and we can lay that on the top. Get it exactly where we want it, which is right there. So I'm going to do what I did before and have some tape lined up over the top. Okay, so that is perfect there where I've got that position. So I'm going to put my masking tape on now. I'm going to put some closer down here. You can also have a little look at the details down here as well while we're here. Across the middle here. Alright, now the only bit we haven't taped is the centre part here. So do I bother taping that down? Yeah, why not? One long piece right across the centre. Last thing we want is this slipping. So there we are, we've got the hood and all its decking all taped down. So this gives me an opportunity now to show you all the deck all in one. So look at them gaps, they're absolutely perfect. It sits absolutely perfect in there. I'll just pan down so you can see the detail in the upper decking. Quite a lot of detail already on the decking there. And then we come down here towards the stern. So yep, very, very nice. Okay, so there you go guys, we've put our braces in, got it all glued down, we've got the decking, taping that, holding them bits down and making sure that when we put our decking on and when we glue our decking down, that is going to line up as well. So we've done sort of 2 jobs in one there. We haven't actually glued the decking down today, we'll do that in a later video. But yeah, I'm going to leave that sat on the shelf up there, leave that to dry overnight. So if you do like these videos and you want to get access to them a day early, you can come along to my Patreon program and come along there, do all sorts of updates on there, so pictures, photos, updates, and yeah, you also get early access to all my videos that go up on there. So yeah, a link will be down in the description down below. Also, why not come along and check out the Alex Builds Community Facebook group. Link will be down in the description below. Just go to the Alex Builds Facebook page, then click on groups, you'll find it in there. So I hope you enjoyed this video guys. If you did, please remember to leave a like down below, and if you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, bye bye.